how are you this afternoon?
I'm terrific. I'm
Beautiful.
so glad that we're here having this chat today.
Right.
This is good. Tricia.
Well, I know that everyone is wondering who you are and how you got here. So could you just maybe share a little bit of your story?
Oh gosh. I think I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. I have always loved the opportunity to work and come alongside business owners and people and just to help see the success that we can all share together. I've been a business owner for 30 years, always in this space of recruiting and hiring, which is my passion, right? It's my gift. I love to work with businesses and help discover who fits in their organization and why, and really bringing the right talent to the table. And still as passionate about it today as I was 30 years ago. So thank you so much.
We can't get into the secret sauce of strategic because that would be not worth it for your organization. What do you feel are some key strategies that you introduce to this whole consideration of hiring?
So I think really when it comes to bringing talent to the table today, what that talent looks like, it's layered, right? It's very layered. There's a best practice layer out there about who your organization is, what your core values are as an organization, and how those line up today with who potential candidates or talent happen to be. I also think it's about really understanding beyond core values someone's attitude, how well the culture and the fit of that organization line up with the individuals. And then of course there's a skill set in there, but it is the technical aspect of what someone brings to the table, which is important, but probably not as important as the first two elements can be, because they can derail a company quickly.
Yes.
So that's a little bit of an intro into some of our strategies when it comes to hiring for our customers.
What do you think maybe are some of the biggest challenges that organizations are feeling in today's community? I mean, we're just coming out of such a heaviness of COVID, and we all are trying to get away from that. Yet we're still seeing some of the repercussions. Maybe regarding that, or just things that we always have experienced and haven't really acknowledged maybe. What are some of our challenges?
Well, I think there's a lot of misnomers out there, right? There's a lot of what happened to all of the talent. Nobody wants to work today. All of these different types of things. Well, there's really information out there that we've always known, and we're just not really looking at it. So we are gainfully employed today. We have lower unemployment rates now than we did pre-COVID, which was a really difficult recruiting time. We also had many of our boomers exit the market. And companies need to also realize that the people entering the market, the birth rates were so much lower for these generations than they were at the boomers,
right?
Birth rates. So we've had mass exodus, we've had less people coming in, we are gainfully employed, yet we have not really changed or reevaluated some of the things about how we go about functioning as a business today that could actually impact us going forward when it comes to finding talent.
Right.
So
What good points, especially the birth rate. I don't think we actually, like you said, we really don't pay that much mind. We just kind of anticipate things to go on as normal, so to say, right? Or as they were, and things are changing. Are you hearing some buzz about key things that are changing from the previous generations to the next ones? Are there things we can be doing?
I think there always is, right? There's a lot of things that are the same, and then there are things that are different. I think some of the things that we really need to be paying attention to. I mean, these are our up and coming leaders, right? We need to start really listening to them, what they want, who they are. They're going to be running our businesses. They're going to be running our companies. We do have an aging workforce over here, and then we have new thinking coming in. But that's who we are as a people, right? That's who we are as a human race. I mean, there's always new thoughts coming in. And so I think the more that business owners today can kind of tune into what is important and how do we bridge those gaps, those are the companies that are going to be highly successful going forward, that are thinking about the things that people may want today that are different than what they were thinking about pre-COVID.
Right.
So again, now we're still in the middle of this kind of bit of a mess, okay? It hasn't all sorted itself out, but there are some definite things that business can take away from what has transpired during this time that will set them up as cutting edge, and we are happy to help them think that through and set the stage for that going forward.
How does or how can we partner and connect with strategic recruiting? What will you do for our organization, and how will you come alongside us to help move us to that next point of the needle?
Well, because our customer base happens to be small, mid-sized, privately held businesses, some of them have an overwhelmed HR department, some of them don't have HR at all. The beauty of strategic recruiting, we are entrepreneurs, right? We understand that entrepreneurial environment. And so knowing who fits into our customers' organizations, understanding that the broad needs of those organizations, that's really some of the expertise that we bring to the table. That, and we sit on the same side of the desk as our customer. We are not a staffing company. So we do things uniquely. We are a different business model than the normal. So
Interesting.
yeah.
So I make the phone call, we set up an appointment. What happens next?
Yeah, really, it's I think for us the most important part is to sit down across the table, get inside of an organization, get the feel for who they really are, understand what their goals are, where they're headed, and then we can line up strategically, overlay our process, which really will help to attract and cast the wide net that companies need today to find the talent that they're looking for. And the rest they just leave in our very capable hands.
I know one of your mottos is to simplify HR and recruiting, right? And that's kind of your goal. How do you do that?
Yes, that's one of our niches, right? It's our why. It's why we're in business, to help simplify HR and recruiting for our customers. Because recruiting is not something you can kind of sort of do. People are not their resumes. They bring unique, individualized elements of themselves to the table. And it is our job to understand what those are, understand who our customers are, and bring those together. And so we simplify that for them. because that's our secret sauce. Our
Okay.
sauce is in the understanding of how to do that. So I'm not going to tell them how we do that. I'm just going to tell them that's what we do.
Got it. We have that meeting, we have a discovery meeting, if you will, connecting, meeting one another, making sure all questions are answered back and forth, right? And getting to know that organization, that company from the inside out. Then strategic does their magic, right? And is looking for a particular person. What consultation, what direction do you point us in, and how do we kind of close that when we come to that end?
So, for all of our customers, it can be something unique and different. We are not a cookie cutter, this is what you need each and every time. But for us, the most important part is that we are lining up from the beginning. We are tweaking the process as we go along, making sure that our understanding lines up with what our customers' needs are. Once those decisions, those final decisions have been made, the biggest part is how quickly and efficiently that all happens.
Okay.
And then making sure that the structure to onboard someone is already set in play and is part of the process. I think that's a big mistake that businesses make today, because they think it's just about hiring, but it's not. It's really about, you have to find the right people, then you have to hire them, but then you have to keep them, right? Onboarding is one of the key elements to retaining people long term, and they all go together, and there is a process that unfolds. We are experts when it comes to helping our customers lay that foundation from start to completion of onboarding to make sure that there is a successful transition and result.
One of the things I really admire, Lesley, is that you bring to the table and bring to your customers a knowledge of who they are, right? It's not just, okay, this is a X kind of company in this situation, and so this is probably who they're looking at. But you learn them from the inside out, and you really bring that relationship building practice into the whole recruiting system, so that you are delivering someone that it seems most of the time like it's someone you personally would have hired for yourself. So when you say you're on this side of the table, on the same side of the table as the organization, you don't take that as just a grain of salt. It's really a part of the network, a part of the
Fabric, yeah.
fabric. That was exactly the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
The fabric of who strategic is, which comes from you. So thank you for really bringing that to the table. If you were going to encourage someone sitting as a customer saying, okay, this is a potential of a place I would like to maybe get to know or work with, what would you say to them specifically? I'm going to invite you to look at the camera and really address somebody. What's the heart of who you are and what your business can bring to someone?
Strategic recruiting service really is an extension of what I believe about people. The closer that we can come to defining who our organizations are, how that lines up with people's values, who they are, and bringing those together sets the stage for everyone to be successful. That's our area of expertise, and we are really good because we are objective thinkers when it comes to standing outside of organizations, understanding who they are, and figuring that out. We don't have that emotional connection that sometimes leaders within their own firms have, and so we are able to help them see things maybe that they wouldn't have seen, or to show them things that they should be paying attention to when it comes to who might be the right people to help them strategically get where they want to be, not right this second, but where they're headed.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you for this time that we've shared and this important interview. And ladies and gentlemen, please give Strategic Recruiting a call and find out how this organization, this company, can elevate your recruiting to the next level for the future. Thank you, Lesley.
Thanks, Tricia.